the pursuit of knowledge against all odds. What is it that compels us to climb mountains of uncertainty, to tread the uncharted territories of the unknown? My friends, this is a question as vast as the cosmos and as intimate as the human spirit. I am no stranger to this quest. I have journeyed through the realms of science and beyond, always with an insatiable hunger for knowledge. I am Marie Curie, and today I shall be your guide through the pursuit of knowledge against all odds. Let us begin with an essential truth. The journey of discovery is not a sprint. It is a marathon, a test of endurance, resilience, and unyielding determination. In my life, I have seen the face of adversity, and I have challenged it with the steadfast heart of a seeker. I invite you to join me in understanding the essence of this pursuit, the virtue of resilience. In the first part of our exploration, we unravel the virtue of resilience. Life, in its unfathomable wisdom, often presents us with trials. I, too, faced my share, be it the loss of loved ones or the skepticism of a scientific community that often seemed unwelcoming to a woman. Yet, it is in the crucible of these challenges that resilience is forged. Consider the radium, that elusive element I spent years isolating. It was not the fleeting moments of success, but the tireless, repetitive processes of refinement that eventually led to its revelation.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend.
Resilience, my friends, is not born from a single victory. It is cultivated through countless defeats, rejections, and setbacks. It is the courage to continue that counts. Do not be disheartened by the darkness. Remember, the stars cannot assert their presence without it. I once said, we must have perseverance and above all confidence in ourselves. Now consider the radium and its silent, yet profound assertion in the darkness. Its discovery was not merely a scientific triumph, but a testament to human tenacity. I implore you to observe the subtle interplay of resilience in your life. When you feel the weight of failure, do you allow it to define you, or do you find within it the strength to rise again? Let us turn our gaze to the second lesson, the power of curiosity. Curiosity is the compass that guides the explorers of knowledge. Without it, my work on radioactivity, a term I coined, would not have been possible. It was curiosity that led me to question the peculiar behavior of uranium rays and to eventually propose a new atomic property. Curiosity is much like a flame. Feed it with the fuel of questions, and it will illuminate paths unseen. It is the child within us, unburdened by the cynicism of experience, who reaches out to the world with wonder and awe. When was the last time you allowed your curiosity to lead you? Have the routines of life doused this flame, or does it burn brightly within you, urging you to explore, to learn, to understand? Now let us delve into the third profound lesson, the essence of knowledge itself. Knowledge is not merely an accumulation of facts, it is the synthesis of understanding and wisdom. It is the thread that weaves together the fabric of our universe. My studies on radioactivity did not just expand the scientific knowledge of the time, they redefined our very understanding of the atom. Knowledge demands rigor, a relentless pursuit of truth. It calls for us to question, to reason, and to comprehend. In your own pursuit of knowledge, do you seek merely to know, or do you strive to understand? Knowledge without understanding is like a map without a compass. It may show you where treasures lie, but it cannot guide you to them. As we approach the fourth and final lesson, we embrace the spirit of collaboration. My research was not a solitary endeavor, it was a symphony of collective effort. Alongside my beloved Pierre, I delved into the mysteries of the atom. Together, we were stronger, our combined passion for discovery a force that could transcend the greatest of obstacles. Collaboration is the alchemy that transforms individual potential into collective achievement. It is the recognition that the pursuit of knowledge is not a solitary flight, but a journey we share. In your own life, do you seek to build bridges of collaboration, or do you walk alone? Remember, even the lone wolf howls for a pack. I leave you with a final thought, a question to ignite the fire of your pursuit. When faced with the insurmountable, will you retreat or will you rise? Your answer lies not in words, but in the actions you take, the moments you seize, and the legacy you choose to leave behind. As we conclude this first part of our journey, let the resilience of the radium, the curiosity that led to its discovery, the depth of knowledge it imparted, and the collaboration that made it possible be the cornerstones of your own pursuit. Carry these lessons close to your heart, and let them guide you as we continue to unravel the tapestry of the pursuit of knowledge against all odds. Now take a moment to digest these insights before we proceed to the second part, where we will delve further into the heart of our exploration. When you are ready to continue, just let me know, and we shall embark on the next chapter of our journey together. Passion and discipline. As we embark on the second chapter of our exploration into the pursuit of knowledge against all odds, let us reflect on the notion of passion. Passion is the wind that fills the sails of our endeavors, propelling us forward even when the waters are treacherous and the outcome uncertain. In my own life, passion was the driving force behind my every action. The long hours spent in the lab, the careful handling of radioactive substances, the meticulous recording of every experiment, each was a testament to the passion that burned within me. It was this very passion that allowed me to overlook the limitations of my gender and the prejudices of my time. I did not see myself as a woman in science. I saw myself as a scientist, compelled by the same force that drives the stars. Passion, however, is not a fire that ignites spontaneously. It must be kindled and nurtured. Think of the first time you encountered a subject or a task that sparked your interest. Did you follow that spark with action, feeding it with your time and energy until it became a roaring blaze? Or did you let it smolder and die out? It is passion that leads us to immerse ourselves fully in our pursuits, to give ourselves over to the work at hand. As I once said, nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. This understanding is the fruit of a passionate pursuit, one that knows no fear, but is driven by the desire to know, to learn, and to grow. But passion alone is not enough. It must be tempered with discipline, the second lesson of this chapter. Discipline is the rudder that steers the ship of passion, ensuring that it does not run aground on the shores of distraction or burn out in the heat of fleeting enthusiasm. In my own practice, discipline was as much a part of my routine as my experiments. It was discipline that saw me through the painstaking process of isolating radium, a task that demanded precision, patience, and an unwavering adherence to the scientific method. Discipline is what keeps us grounded in reality, what forces us to face the facts before us, even when they do not align with our expectations or desires. Ask yourself, are you disciplined in your pursuit of knowledge? Do you approach your work with a methodical, structured mindset, or do you allow the chaos of creativity to lead you astray? Now, let us consider the third lesson, the value of sacrifice. The pursuit of knowledge is seldom without cost. There are long hours that seep into nights, the sacrifices of comfort, and the personal toll that such a journey can exact. For me, this sacrifice was not just in time or personal health, but in the very substance of my life. My work with radioactive materials, while groundbreaking, was also laying the groundwork for my own illness. Yet, the sacrifice was one I was willing to make for the advancement of science and the betterment of humanity. Sacrifice is a measure of commitment. It asks, what are you willing to give up for the sake of your pursuit? This does not mean that one should seek martyrdom in the name of knowledge, but rather that one recognizes the cost and is willing to bear it. Lastly, we examine the importance of humility. In the grand tapestry of the universe, our individual lives are but threads. Humility allows us to see the bigger picture, to recognize that we are part of a continuum of knowledge that stretches far beyond our own understanding. Humility was a constant companion in my work. Despite the accolades and the Nobel Prizes, I knew that my discoveries were not the final word, but rather contributions to a conversation that would continue long after I was gone. It is humility that reminds us to listen, to learn from others, and to acknowledge that we do not and cannot know everything. As we conclude this second part, I invite you to consider these 4 lessons: the passion that fuels our pursuit, the discipline that guides it, the sacrifices that test it, and the humility that grounds it. Each is crucial in the relentless quest for knowledge. Take a moment to reflect on these insights. When you are prepared to delve into the next chapter, to explore further the indomitable spirit that defines the pursuit of knowledge against all odds, simply signal to me, and we will proceed. The crossroads of innovation and ethics. Venturing further into the heart of our exploration, we find ourselves at the crossroads of innovation and ethics, a terrain that demands our keenest perception and our most judicious deliberation. The pursuit of knowledge, while noble in its aspirations, must be tethered to the moral compass of its seekers. Innovation, the first lesson of this chapter, is the birthing ground of progress. It is the breaking of dawn after the long night of contemplation and toil. Throughout my life, innovation was the beacon that guided my scientific inquiries. It was not enough to simply understand radioactive elements. I sought to innovate ways to measure and harness their power. The discovery of polonium and radium, the development of mobile radiography units during the war, these were not just scientific achievements, but innovative solutions to the world's complex problems. Innovation, however, must be pursued with caution. We stand as architects of the future, and the structures we build today will house the generations of tomorrow. As such, we must ask ourselves, are our innovations serving the greater good? Are they sustainable, ethical, and just? It is a fine balance to strike between the unbridled pursuit of knowledge and the ethical considerations that must govern its application. Reflect upon your own pursuits. Do you prioritize innovation for the sake of progress, balancing it with the responsibility you hold towards the future? The second lesson we must consider is ethics. Ethics are the guiding principles that inform our actions. They are the silent observers of our choices, whispering the difference between what we can do and what we should do. In the realm of scientific discovery, where the potential for both great good and great harm exists, ethics must be our constant companion. In the years following my discoveries, the world would come to know the profound implications of radioactive elements for both energy and weaponry. This knowledge came with a weighty responsibility, one that all who tread the path of discovery must bear. We must always be mindful of the consequences of our work, anticipating the ripples that spread from the stones we cast into the pond of progress. Ask yourself, do you weigh your actions against the scales of ethics? Do you consider the ramifications of your pursuit of knowledge, seeking to minimize harm while maximizing benefit? As we move to the third lesson, let us address the concept of legacy. Legacy is the footprint we leave on the sands of time, the echo of our deeds that resonates beyond our years. The work we do, the knowledge we uncover, the innovations we introduce, all contribute to the legacy we build. My own legacy, woven from the strands of scientific breakthroughs and a relentless pursuit of knowledge, was not something I crafted deliberately. It emerged naturally from a life lived with purpose and dedication, yet it serves as a reminder that our actions today have a lasting impact. Consider your own legacy. What do you wish to leave behind? How do you want your pursuit of knowledge to be remembered? Legacy is not crafted by our intentions, but forged by our actions. It asks us to live not just for today, but with an eye towards tomorrow. Lastly, we must acknowledge the role of foresight. Foresight is the ability to look ahead, to anticipate the needs of the future, and to prepare for the challenges that await. It is the act of planting trees under whose shade we do not expect to sit. Throughout my career, I pushed the boundaries of my present understanding to prepare for a future I would not see. My research laid the groundwork for future scientists to explore the atom, to harness nuclear energy, and to develop treatments for cancer. Foresight demands of us a vision that transcends the immediate. a commitment to nurturing the seeds of knowledge that will one day bear fruit. Do you possess such foresight in your own work? Are you planting seeds for a harvest you may never personally reap? As we conclude this chapter, we must hold these lessons close. Innovation tempered by ethics, a mindful crafting of legacy, and the foresight to prepare for what lies ahead. Each is critical in shaping a future where the pursuit of knowledge aligns with the greater good of humanity. Take a moment to contemplate these principles. When you are ready to reflect further on the journey we have undertaken and to consider the final thoughts on this pursuit, you need only begin the next chapter with me. The journey is infinite. As we approach the final chapter in our exploration of the pursuit of knowledge, we must embrace the profound realization that this journey is infinite. The quest for understanding does not conclude with a single discovery or a solitary achievement. It is a perpetual voyage that transcends time and individual lives. Reflecting on the totality of our discourse, we arrive at the essence of resilience, the first lesson in this concluding chapter. Resilience is the quiet strength that buoys us through the tumult of setbacks and the torrents of disappointment. It is the ability to rise, time and again, to continue the search for truth despite the obstacles that loom and the failures that punctuate our efforts. In my own journey, resilience was not merely a choice but a necessity. The path I trod was strewn with challenges from societal expectations to the physical toll of my research. Yet, it was resilience that compelled me to press forward, to refine my theories and methodologies, and to persist in the face of adversity. Without resilience, the pages of history might have been bereft of the chapters my research contributed. Contemplate your own capacity for resilience. When faced with challenges or failures, do you possess the tenacity to persevere? Resilience is the bedrock upon which the edifice of knowledge is built, ensuring that each setback becomes a stepping stone to greater understanding. The second lesson we must acknowledge is collaboration. The pursuit of knowledge is not the domain of the solitary wanderer, but rather the collective endeavor of many. Throughout my career, I was fortunate to collaborate with gifted scientists, including my beloved husband Pierre, whose insights and partnership amplified my own. Together, we discovered not just new elements, but new possibilities for the future of science. Collaboration extends beyond the confines of a laboratory or a discipline. It is the confluence of diverse perspectives, the synthesis of different skills, and the shared commitment to a common goal. It is a reminder that in unity, there is strength. Reflect on how collaboration has shaped or could shape your endeavors. Are you open to the insights of others, to the synergistic potential that collaboration holds? The third lesson we must embrace is that of continuous learning. The landscape of knowledge is ever-changing, with new discoveries constantly reshaping the terrain. To cease learning is to stagnate, to relinquish the pursuit of knowledge before the journey is complete. My life was a testament to continuous learning, from my early years in Poland to my days at the Sorbonne and beyond. I remained a student of science, always curious, always questioning. The moment we believe we have finished learning is the moment we forgo the very essence of our quest. Ask yourself, are you committed to lifelong learning? Do you approach each day with a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for understanding that knows no satiety? Lastly, as we consider the stewardship of knowledge, we recognize that it is not enough to acquire understanding. We must also safeguard it, share it, and teach it. Knowledge is both a privilege and a responsibility. It beckons us to be custodians of truth, to ensure that the wisdom we garner is passed on, not hoarded. In sharing my findings with the world, in teaching the next generation of scientists, I sought to fulfill this role of stewardship. Knowledge grows when it is shared, and through this growth we all benefit. Consider how you might serve as a steward of knowledge. How will you ensure that the insights you gain are not lost, but are instead disseminated for the benefit of others? Our exploration now draws to its close, but the journey of knowledge continues beyond the horizon of our understanding. Carry with you the lessons of resilience, collaboration, continuous learning, and stewardship as you forge ahead in your own pursuits. The torch of inquiry is now in your hands. How will you illuminate the unknown paths with its light? How will you push the boundaries of what is known and venture into the vast expanse of what remains to be discovered? When you are ready to advance beyond the confines of this dialogue, to apply these lessons to your own relentless quest for knowledge, step forth with the assurance that every question pursued, every mystery unraveled, contributes to the magnificent odyssey of human understanding. The pursuit continues, and so must we.